Evening, how we doing? Welcome to the stream, welcome to the show. We'll get cracking in a bit. Currently listening to Afterlife Voyage 25 by The Economist. How we doing? Hope you're well. Give us a minute and we'll get going. So, how we doing? Welcome to the stream. For our new listeners out there, I'm VORA, and we stream each and every Monday here on Melodic Mondays, playing all the biggest in techno, melodic techno, house, and progressive, all that kind of stuff. And tonight we are doing an Afterlife special, all the stuff that they've been doing over the past 8 years, 9 years, something like that. And yeah, got loads of music to get into tonight, and we'll get cracking. So this mix was was recorded 2 years ago, and it was back before I think Afterlife really went like sort of mainstream and what have you. And DJ, producer, economist, hailing from Greece, delivered us this mix, and it's really, really nice. It's got some really old classic Afterlife stuff on there. So yeah, welcome to the show. Hopefully we get a few heads in here tonight, because we've got some banging music to play for you in the show tonight. Anyway, let's begin. So, kick it off with a release that came out September, so almost 2 years ago now, from Kevin Vries, and it was a really big staple of Afterlife, I think. Did absolute wonders in the scene. And we kick it off with Dance With Me tonight. So yeah, came out in September, would you believe, for 2022. And Kevin Vries has been an absolute legend of Afterlife over the past few years. We are going to play his first release on the label, which happened a good few years ago now. And ever since then, he's gone from strength to strength. Released a ton of music, not just on Afterlife, Drum Code, other big techno labels.
Stop.
And he's basically stuck to his sound over the past few years, and that's why I love him. So, kicking off the show tonight on Melodic Mondays with me, Vora, for the Afterlife special, or best of Afterlife, shall we say. It's Kevin Vries with Dance With Me. Enjoy.
Dance with me. Let's go. Dance with me. Let's go. Stop. Just breathe. Be with me. Dance with me. Let's go. Stop. Just breathe. Be with me. Dance with me. Let's go. Dance with me. Talk to me. Stop. Hold my hand. You're beautiful. Tell me your secrets. Dance with me. Let's go. Stop. Just breathe. Be with me. Dance with me. Let's go. Dance with me. Talk to me. Stop. Bring the beat back. Dance with me. Let's go. Stop. Just breathe. Be with me. Dance with me. Talk to me. Stop. Bring the beat back. Dance with me. Let's go. Hold my hand. Warning. Tell me your secrets. Dance with me. Let's go. Stop. Just breathe. Be with me. Dance with me. Let's go. Dance with me. Talk to me. Stop. Look into my eyes. Hold my hand. Dance with me.
Absolutely huge one there from Kevin de Vries with Dance With Me as we kick off Melodic Mondays best of Afterlife here. So yeah, I mean that absolutely dominated, didn't it, for the back end of 2022 right the way through to like the mid part of last year really. Such a huge tune. Obviously remix duties handled by Colyn, which gives that track a completely different feel but also got like Colyn written all over it. So yeah, this is how we do it. And let's move on to the next one. So the most current release on Afterlife is courtesy of Colyn, which has been a massively sought after ID over the past few weeks, probably even longer than that to be fair, the past couple of months. I'm not sure where it was first played, but I'm pretty sure it was either Anima or something like that, and ever since it got heard first, everyone's been basically chasing after it. So next up on the show tonight, we've got Colyn with Dun Dun on Afterlife, and I'm really into this. It's like got all your melodic elements written all over it. It does really well on that front, and then the vocal that they've used and that they've sampled does its thing and basically replaces the infamous Afterlife bass stab, which I'm really fond of. And yeah, it's just a great tune. As the show will kind of show tonight, Afterlife have been dominating, you know, since its inception back in 2015, 2016, something like that. And tonight we will see why. So next up, Colyn, Dun Dun on Melodic Mondays. Enjoy. Nice. Really liking that. Cassian doing some really good stuff on the label at the minute. And yeah, it's decent. Cassian, done on the show. Massive tune that. It's got all the essential elements written all over it, hasn't it? It's a banger. Liking it very much. So for those listening on the replay, if you could hit thumbs up on the stream and also subscribe if you haven't already. Check us out. We do this each and every Monday from 9 o'clock UK time. We do about an hour and a half, and we just play all the big tunes that are out at the moment. But obviously this week we are doing the Afterlife special best of. The last one that we did, we streamed Genesis Part 2. And then we've done the Christoph one and we've done the Camel Fat one, all of which can be listened back on the replay. Check out the Melodic Mondays playlist on the YouTube page. So next up, again another sought after ID, which I'm pretty sure the likes of Camel Fat were hammering for a while now, and I think a lot of people were kind of wondering what this was. Anyway, it got released last month, I think it was June, July, something like that, and it's by Script. You probably know what it is already if you're an Afterlife fan. So next up on Melodic Mondays tonight is Script on the Low. Banger. If you're on the old social media as well, make sure you do follow us. Give us a follow. It's at thisisvora. Check me out on SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, and of course the old Facebooks. If you want to listen to any of my music as well, it's all on Spotify, that kind of thing. Go and check it out. But anyway, let's listen to this next one. Script on the Low. Enjoy.
I've been in the game for a while, she knows. She can see it in my eyes on the low. 5 bands on the chain, work low. I'm the realest in the game with the dough. I got water on my wrist, dripping so cold. Damn, where I go, I know. But I ain't the time for a show. Talking about I sold my soul. I've been in the game for a while, she knows. She can see it in my eyes on the low. 5 bands on the chain, work low. I'm the realest in the game with the dough. I got water on my wrist, dripping so cold. Sold my soul. I've been in the game for a while, she knows. She can see it in my eyes on the low. 5 bands on the chain, work low. I'm the realest in the game with the dough. I got water on my wrist, dripping so cold. Damn, where I go, I know. But I ain't the time for a show. Talking about I sold my soul. I've been in the game for a while, she knows. She can see it in my eyes on the low. 5 bands on the chain, work low. I'm the realest in the game with the dough. I got water on my wrist, dripping so cold. Damn, where I go, I know. I ain't the time for a show. Talking about I sold my soul. I've been in the game for a while, she knows. She can see eyes on the low. 5 bands on the chain, wax low. I'm the realest in the game with the dough. I got water on my wrist, dripping so cold.
Script on the low there. Obviously that came out a good few weeks ago now on Afterlife. I actually thought it was a remix the first time I heard it. I wasn't sure if it, because obviously like, I wasn't sure where the vocal came from, but yeah, it's a banger that. So the way we're kind of going to do the show tonight, we're going to start off with some of like my favourites over the past couple of years, and then we're going to really delve into like the history of Afterlife and, you know, where they kind of started from, you know, the first like few releases that came out in like 2016, and then we'll go through the years and some of my favourite tunes over the past several years, and that's what we're going to do. So Jadot, I'm presuming that's how you say your name. Welcome, mate, good to see you. Some of our regulars are not listening tonight, which is a shame. I know some of the guys usually come in about 9:30, something like that. Always starts off pretty quiet and then we get more people in towards the end, hopefully anyway, but we'll see what happens. So, next up, another one from Kevin Vries. This came out literally last year, just over 12 months ago, shall I say, and he teamed up with Maceo for this absolute banger. Now, this was getting absolutely hammered all over the summer last year. I mean, I even played it myself when I went on tour in Australia, and it's just phenomenal. This is why I like Kevin Vries so much, because he's like, he doesn't stay in the box. A lot of his stuff is so unique, and then I remember when I first heard this, I'm thinking, oh my god, this tune is absolutely amazing. And he's completely delivered this collaboration with Maceo. And yeah, I think we can all agree that this is one of his biggest tunes over the past sort of like, you know, 18 months or whatever. And yeah, absolutely huge. Done some serious damage since it's come out. And yeah, let's check it out. Kevin Vries, Maceo, Metro, here on Melodic Mondays. Enjoy. Jadot. If you've ever seen this out live, man, oh my god, it absolutely goes off. I mean, you can still get away with playing it now, I think. It's just like one of those that like just rocks it, doesn't it? You know what I mean? If you look at like all the like DJs playing it out live and stuff, it just seriously goes off. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of Kevin de Vries. I think he's one of the most talented producers in the scene, really. I would love to see. I don't know if I'm pretty sure. I don't think him and Camel Fat have teamed up for a collab yet, but I would love to see what that would sound like because two of my favourite producers. So yeah, Metro still goes off. So we've got a couple more, and then we're gonna get into like the nitty gritty of the history of Afterlife and go back to some of their older tunes and what have you. But next up, two producers that I'm a huge fan of is 1926 and Ubik, and they've teamed up with this one, and it came out in November. It had like artists like Afterlife on it. It was I think this EP was it was the Realm of Consciousness, wasn't it? And they've done that like quite a lot over the years. And this was the latest installment, but on this EP there was like Camel Fat, Kevin de Vries, Mind Against, loads of guys, and it was a solid EP to be honest with you. And apart from like the standouts, this was one of my favourite ones that came out on this EP, and it really reminds me of some of like their older like Afterlife stuff and that. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to turn the mic off and let's check it out, listen, see what you think. setting a world of my own there. Yeah, so 1926 in Ubik with Mental Obsession, part of the Realm of Consciousness EP that came out in November. Looking forward to the next compilation that they drop. Always some absolute gems in that. And yeah, absolute banger. So we're going to move on now to when Eric Prydz graced Afterlife. And when Anima and Chris Avantgarde released Consciousness, it was an absolute tune within itself anyway. But then when Prydz came along and did a remix, I think everyone was kind of like surprised, but in a good way. And as always, he's done an amazing job. I did want to play the extended mix of this, but it's like, it is really, really, really long. So I just thought we'd play the shorter version tonight. So yeah, Anima, Chris Avantgarde, Consciousness, and the man Prydz on the remix. Let's go.
Consciousness. Sentience of internal, external, or virtual existence.
That's a shame that you didn't get to open up for him, but more opportunities will come. You know, things happen like that sometimes. You know, stuff like that's happened to me before. It is a shame, and you feel devastated at the time, but don't worry about it. You know, another decent opportunity will come up for you, brother, I'm sure of it. But yeah, in the background there, Anima, Chris Avantgarde with Consciousness, and Eric Prydz on the remix. And I remember when you know, this first got played and it was getting played out live, and I was thinking, wow, Prydz on Afterlife, that's absolutely fucking mental. And then obviously him and Anima went back to back, didn't they? Was it Coachella? I think. But yeah, all good stuff, mate. So yeah, good to see you, Jadot, seeing as you're our sole listener at the minute. Anyway, we're going to go right back now. Right back to Afterlife's first ever release, which was brought out on the 24th of June 2016. So the introduction to the label was the very first Realm of Consciousness, which was a 10-piece compilation and had loads of like banging tunes on it. And I think pretty much from that day that they released that EP was like when Afterlife kind of made its mark on the scene. And I don't think the scene's ever been ever been the same since. And this was the track, which, funnily enough, it's not really a dance tune. It's more like cinematic. It's yeah, it's decent. Yeah, thanks for that, mate. Yeah, the new track's decent. Did quite well as well, actually. I was quite happy with that. Charted. Yeah, did really, really well. Got into the melodic techno chart and stuff, which was cool. Great working with Milo, so we collabed on that one. So yeah, thanks for that. And yeah, I've known Chris for years, mate. You know, been within the circle. Before he was doing like the techno stuff, he used to make like Big Room, and he released on like Angelo's label and did a lot of stuff on Size and that. So I was within that circle myself. And yeah, he kind of stopped doing that for a while to focus more on his soundtrack stuff, didn't he? And then obviously came back with like the techno stuff. And he's such a talented producer. Massive fan of his. But yeah, no, definitely Chris Avantgarde is I think he's just going to go up and up and up, isn't he? And it's good to see him that he's been touring a lot as well recently. So anyway, let's listen to the very first release of Tale of Us, and also the very first release on Afterlife. This really took me back when I first listened to this. But anyway, let's listen to it, see what you think. It's not what you expect. Anyway, enjoy. But yeah, how crazy is that? The very first Tale of Us release and the very first Afterlife release. Actually saying that, I'm not sure if that was Tale of Us' very first release. I could be wrong there. In all honesty, I didn't check. But this was the first ever Afterlife release, and Tale of Us was the top tune on that one. And yeah, can you believe that came out in 2016? But yeah, I'm really digging that. It's decent. I mean, it's kind of like a soundtrack itself, isn't it? You know what I mean? But yeah, so anyway, moving on. And again, the reason why I wanted to kind of go back, way back to like the first few releases, just to kind of show you where they came from to where they are now. I mean, I didn't really get into Afterlife, being honest with you, till about 2019, 2020, which was around about the time when I stopped doing my previous alias and focused on VORA. To get into like more like proggy stuff and obviously like techno and that. And yeah, you know, listening to like the stuff that they were making back then, it's so different from now. I mean, music evolves all the time, doesn't it? But yeah, if you kind of like listen to some of these earlier releases, they're so different. But yeah, again, this was like probably my second favourite off that compilation, Realm of Consciousness, which was the first ever Realm of Consciousness, and it's by Obscure Shape and SHDW. and the title that I'm not even going to try to pronounce is German or something, I think. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, listen to this and kind of like, you know, be mesmerised by it, but it is a banger. So yeah, let's check this one out. But yeah, like, again, you know, part of one of the very first releases that came out in 2016. It's so different, isn't it? But I mean, if you really like think about it, where the origins came from, you know, Taylor was played a lot in, like, you know, a lot of this kind of stuff, which is what they're popular for, you know, and played a lot in, like, you know, Berlin and stuff, which is like, you know, really got the roots of this type of music, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, as we progress through to the oh, hey Josh, how's it going, mate? You alright? Good to see you, Italian stallion. But yeah, I mean, as you see, as they progress, you can see how the you know, the sounds have evolved. And again, this is why I really wanted to go back to, like, you know, way back. Anyway, so again, two of my favourite tunes, the Tale of Us one, and then obviously this one that was the very first releases on Afterlife. Yeah, there you go. So next up, we're going to go to Kevin de Vries's very first release, which came out back in 2018, believe it or not. And again, this was part of the Realm of Consciousness EP, the third one that they did, also the 16th release on Afterlife, and the track is called Magoa. And again, so interesting to see kind of like where the tracks have come from to where they are. And I absolutely love like listening to this kind of stuff and thinking like, God, wow, you know, it's crazy to see what it was like. I'd have loved to have gone to see the likes of Kevin Vries or Tale of Us or whatever, you know, Woo York or whatever, back in the day to this kind of stuff. You know, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, less rambling. Let's listen to this one. Kevin Vries' very first appearance on Afterlife. And yeah, enjoy. Hey Oz, how's it going, mate? You alright? So this is the track ID. It's an old one by Kevin Vries, Magoa. But yeah, thanks for joining us, fella. So basically, at the moment, this section of the show, we're going to back into the history of Afterlife and all the music they played over the, from 2016 to 2018 up until about 2020. So at the moment, we're in between 2016 and 2020. That's where we're at. And yeah, this was Kevin Vries' very first track. Can you believe it? Yeah, nice one, Jado. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining us, fella. I will listen to those tracks tomorrow when I'm back in the studio, because I'm going to chill after the stream tonight. But we'll talk on Instagram, mate, and thanks for sending. But yeah, so Oz, yeah, like I say, old one by Kevin Vries' first release on Afterlife. So yeah, it's crazy to see, how different he sounds now. But yeah, loving that one. Banger. I reckon you can still get away with playing that, So, next up, we are now going back to 2019. It's 5 years ago. Wow, this was released 5 years ago. So Colyn had a massive track on Realm of Consciousness Volume 4, and he released an EP as part of the 29th release on Afterlife called Resolve, and this is the title track. And again, Colyn, huge producer, guy that I'm really, really into. He's been doing some absolutely huge stuff over the years, and this one's no different. So yeah, I think this is one of his very first releases on Afterlife, and again, it's just so interesting to listen to what they were making back then. kind of wish that I'd got into Afterlife a lot earlier. But yeah, as I mentioned on the show a little bit earlier in the stream, I kind of really got into Afterlife probably about a year after this, like 2019, back into 2019. And we're going to go there as well. So yeah, anyway, let's listen to this one. Once again, thanks for joining us on Melodic Mondays. I'm VORA. We do this each and every week. Tonight is the Best of Afterlife special. So yeah, let's check out this tune. Enjoy. So Colyn there, as part of his 4-track EP on the 29th release on Afterlife, came out back in 2019. Yeah, good stuff. Really like Colyn. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the Afterlife special so far. And don't forget, if you are listening on the replay, drop us a thumbs up. It helps us out, gets us in the algorithm and all that kind of shit. So yeah, we've got a few more to go into from like some of the older stuff, and then yeah, we'll see how we get on. So next up on the show, I absolutely love this when this came out. Again, this was from the Hold Me to the Light EP, which was the 32nd release on Afterlife, and again was part of a 4-track EP. The second track on the EP was the Tale of Us remix that we're listening to in the background. And yeah, this is just absolutely massive by Cast. And the track is called Hold Me to the Light, with Tale of Us on the remix duties. So yeah, not much to say about this other than it's an absolutely huge tune from the back catalogue. And yeah, it's just great. And you can kind of see at this point now where the sound is evolving. I mean, the thing is though, over the years, production techniques and, you know, producers get better and more technical and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and that's why a lot of the reason why sounds evolve. And one of the reasons why I'm hopeful that the Afterlife sound will evolve again is because they've evolved so much over the years. So yeah, here we go. Cast, Hold Me to the Light, Tale of Us on the remix. Check it out. Paffy, I was starting to wonder where you were, mate. Is it going? You alright? Don't apologise. You've got absolutely nothing to apologise for. We've got no duty to be here. But thank you for joining us. It's been on the quieter side tonight, to be honest with you, mate. We've had a few people in. But yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? And yeah, I completely agree with you. I was just listening to this then, and oh my god, it is so good. I like this older style of like Afterlife is like absolute peak, isn't it? But I completely agree with you. And what I was saying a bit earlier is it's just great to see where they came from to where they are. But yeah, I completely agree with you, Paffy. And you know, back in 2019 when this came out, or was it 2020? I can't remember. 2019, 2020, something like that. You know, that's when I kind of was like, yeah, I'm really into this, really into this. And it was also the next track that we're going to play that really got me hooked into Afterlife back in 2020. But yeah, that was Cast, Hold Me to the Light, and Tale of Us on the remix duties. They've done a great job there. But yeah, so as I say, this was the track that hooked me right into Afterlife. And also, not only that, but Elliot and Kevin Vries as well, who I'm a massive fan of. We've already played a few of his tracks on the show tonight. So, Paffy, I made a track called Third Act back in the day. And this is where that track was, this track that we're playing now, Das Licht, was the inspiration for Third Act. Cool story, almost got signed by Anjuna as well, but didn't get through to the end stages. Anyway, this to me is probably one of my favourite tunes over the past few years. In El Aya. Same thing, you know what I mean though. But yeah, anyway, so going back to Das Licht, this one, like I say, for me, this was like probably one of my favourite, even to this day. It's so good, and I'd love to know what you think of it. So anyway, next up, as we go back to 2020 when we were all at the height of lockdown and all feeling a little bit sorry for ourselves, yeah, this track really stood out to me. So let me know what you think. Anyway, Paffy, good to see you, mate. But yeah, let's check this one out. Das Licht for the Afterlife special here on Melodic Mondays. Let's go. Yeah, so good that. So good. I studied this track like a lot, and I remember at the time when I made the OST EP, this, like I say, this was the inspiration behind Third Act. I remember actually going out walking the dogs and listening to this like over and over and over again because I was just obsessed with how it was made. Oh god, I so miss like when this is what the music was. I'm not saying that I don't enjoy the stuff that they're doing now, but like I think this was like the golden era, wasn't it? I think I saw Matt saying something about this online actually about the, you know, one of the best eras of Afterlife, and yeah, 100% agree with him there. So Paffy, you've kind of come late because we've only got a few more to play, mate, and then we are calling it a night. Anyway, so this track originally came out on Running Clouds 2 years before. I think it was a year or something like that anyway, before it actually got a re-release and a remaster on Afterlife, and one of Masano's very first tracks on Afterlife. And I think he kind of really came in and like defined his sound within that label. And this was like obviously like a huge tune, wasn't it, back when it came out and stuff. Still to this day, I'm not sure if he still plays it in his sets or not, but I mean he could get away with playing it in his sets for sure. But yeah, going back to what you were saying there, Paffy, I do completely agree with you. You know, they still have some absolute bangers, but like I think my personal favourite era was like, you know, 2019 to like 21, 22, something like that. Anyway, nevertheless, let's listen to this one by Masano. The track is called The Feeling. Yes, agree with you. Yeah, completely agree with you, yeah. With the Art Bat Aquarius, yeah, 100%, yeah, I agree with you, yeah. Anyway, let's listen to this bad boy by Masano, The Feeling. Let's go. Yeah, Paffy, again, completely agree with everything that you're saying there, mate, about Masano. I mean, he's like really, really tough though, isn't he? I mean, some of his releases aren't like absolutely in your face, like face melters, are they? But I think this was kind of like setting the tone of him as like a DJ producer, wasn't it? The feeling. But a lot of his tracks are like just proper bangers, aren't they? He has done some like, you know, edging on the more side of progressive stuff, but I think this and this kind of sound is more what he's about, isn't he? But yeah, really like that one. Feeling. So we've got this one and then one more to play. 2 tracks by RG. We might squeeze another one and we'll see how we get on. But this came out in January 2022. And I believe it was part of a 2-track EP, I think. I'm not sure. But it's got 1.6 million plays on SoundCloud, so that kind of tells you everything you need to know about it, really. Banger when it came out. And also, Usyk was videoed dancing away to it, wasn't he? At a pre-fight, or when he was getting ready for his fight with Tyson, wasn't it? So yeah, absolutely huge staple of Afterlife again. This one, Tataki. But yeah, really digging this one. And yeah, once again, thanks for joining us. Check this bad boy out. See what you think. One of the things about Afterlife productions and releases is you always have little unexpected parts like this section here. You know, he could have just kept looping the original vocal and doing like that, couldn't he? But something a little bit different, and that's one of the things that I've always liked about Afterlife is that certain parts in the tracks you always find that there's something that you just completely don't expect. But yeah, RG with Tataki. Yeah, anyway. So Paffy, I've got one more to play, mate, and then we're going to call it a night. Well, it's a little bit quieter. I only had a couple more lined up, but we're just going to call it. So, to finish off, I think this is when the Afterlife sample pack started coming out with the like choir kind of vocals. And yeah, I just teamed up with Goon Gum for this track, Pantheon. And I actually played this in Australia when I went out there touring at one of my shows. And yeah, again, a great track for the Afterlife catalogue. So hopefully, if you listen back on the replay or whatever, you've had some sort of insight as to where Afterlife came from, where they are now. Obviously, we kicked off the show with some of the more recent releases, and then we started playing some of the stuff from like when they first started out to now. Some of their absolute golden tracks of the catalogue. We probably could have done more, but like I say, well, it's a little bit quiet tonight. We'll call it after this one. So anyway, to finish off the stream tonight on Melodic Mondays, Afterlife, Best of Afterlife, RG and Gugum with Pantheon. Check it out. Paffy, good to see you, mate. I'm going to give you a ring this week anyway, alright? Don't forget to send me that stuff for that mashup thing. So that's all we got time for tonight. Thank you for joining us once again. If you were listening on the replay, hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to come and check us out each and every Monday. We are back full time now. Every Monday we're going to do this from 9 o'clock UK time. And next week we're back to normal. I'm going to try and get a special guest on the show very soon. We're going to just try and work out how to do it. But yeah, thanks again for joining us for the Best of Afterlife special here on Melodic Mondays. I'm VORA. I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya!